Hi, hello knockouts, Tanya TKO here. And I just, you know what, I should have put a wind muff on my phone because the breeze is blowing pretty nice out here. So I was just live a few moments ago, and there are people who don't know me and don't know that I live in an RV, and for some reason they think that it's some sort of down part, right? Like they're like, oh, RV, oh, why should I, oh, RV? But I just wanted to show you all my view from my RV right now. Let's see if we can get. So this is my view out here, because I had a little bit of a bad signal when I was on the live broadcast. There was a little bit of a bad signal, but this right here is my view. I was telling people that I'm near a train right now. So you hear that beautiful sound of the locomotive in the background. And so I just wanted to show you all my view because I'm in a canyon. And what a canyon is a valley that water runs through. So down, no, it's not over there. It's on the other side. It's a divot just like this. Right, it's a divot just like this that has and the view just goes. I'm in California. I'm in like a rancher type of area, so it's like, so people like they're like trying to make fun of me, and I'm like, this is my dream. I freaking love this life. I love living off the grid. I love not paying a landlord. I own my RV. This is my baby right here. This is my baby. It's a 28-foot. I have 500 square feet, which is the size of a studio inside of New York City. And I freaking love, I love this RV life so much. And so this is what I wake up looking at this. This is what I wake up looking at. And it's gorgeous. The air is fresh. I could wake up in a new place every single day. They don't have like RV parks inside the city of Los Angeles, but I'm on the outskirts of Los Angeles County, so I get to go right into LA whenever I want to. I just freaking, I love this. I love this. This is what I see when I wake up in the morning. And someone is like, this is what you can afford. You know, honey, what we can do is, if you want, we can compare. We can put lives right side by side next to one another, including savings, honey. Because if you want to talk about what I can afford, I'm able, yes, this life is a lot cheaper than the 2000. Because when I was in New York, you all know my story. When I was in New York City, I was paying $2,500 a month in rent on the loft, and I was there for 3 years. And over the course, I had given my landlord, this Jewish guy, more than $80,000. And when I handed him back the key, I gave him the key. He still had the building, and I walked away. When I came out to LA, that wasn't what I was going to do. Rent is $2,500, $3,000. I'd be a fool. You know, it's like people talking about me. I'm talking about you and what type of life you think that you live in, giving some landlord your money. So this is what, and I don't know if you could, it's just gorgeous. I'm on my own plot of land here where I'm staying. I just freaking love this. Now imagine now, if you didn't have to pay $2,500 a month in rent, how much would you be able to save? We're talking about saving more than $25,000 each year. That's what we're talking about. So if you want to compare side by side, look, I'd be more than happy, because I love educating people. As a matter of fact, I want more young people. You want to talk about empowerment for Black people? I think that this is a beautiful life for Black people. Like, if we really want to get our money up, if we really, like, you all know I'm going to Nigeria at the end of this year. I'm spending a month in Nigeria. I'm able to spend a month in Nigeria because of the lifestyle that I live. I can live anywhere and do the work that I do. I earn most of my money from book sales. and from the yearly vitamin E run that I do. That's where I earn most of my money from. So Julia is saying the RV life is not the problem. What you just did to that couple is, I'm heartbroken, to be honest. And you know what? And I say this, right? When I mentioned at the end of the broadcast, if somebody called me a skinny white crackhead, I wouldn't take offense to that. Why? Because there's no attachment, there's no relationship that I have to this quote unquote insult, right? However, when there are things that we feel pain about, that means that there's some healing somewhere there for us. Someone is asking me about oh goodness. Some of you are so silly. And so if there's somebody, look, I felt like I did my part. I make videos to educate people. I offered the couple a platform to be able to speak their part, and they spoke their part. They combated some of the rumors. They were able to talk, but you know what? I understand there are people who are upset. It's the nature of life. You know what I mean? It's the nature of life. But I wanted you all to be able to to see this beautiful sunset happening behind me. And I wanted you all, I hope that I can encourage some of you to be able to take your life into your own hands, to be able to I own my home, and I'm able, listen, I have solar panels on top. My water tank is 40 gallons. So I can hold 40 gallons of fresh water, and then I have a gray water tank that's like, I think I have more than 40 gallons because my whole, everything underneath holds like 100 gallons of water, right? So I can dry dock where I can use my solar for electricity. I have 2 panels and 2 batteries, right? And Cammie is saying that I look stress-free. And I was telling you all at the end of the broadcast, I had a near-death experience in 2007. When I had that near-death experience, I promised myself that I would not experience stress, that I would release stress. And someone is asking, hey, Indigo, that's what you call a home? Yeah, let me tell you, home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is. Do you consider home to be someplace? I'm going to Lagos. Do you consider home to be someplace that somebody else owns? How many of us consider our stuff to be home, and we living inside some place making some Jewish family rich, some Caucasian family, some family like the Trumps, where they got you living in rat-infested, rodent-infested surroundings, and then come out and make fun of you when they're the slumlords. So no. So listen, I just wanted to show, look at this. This is the sunset going down right there. And so so this is where we're at right now. Lavonda loves it. I love it too. And I have some little picnic tables down here if I want to come out. And inside of my RV, I have like this. I'll show you all. I don't typically show my RV on camera, but I have this area right here where I have a refrigerator. I have a sink. I keep my lights underneath there, and then I also have, like, behind here, I have a barbecue grill that swings around. So I have like an outdoor kitchen, and so this is the life that I absolutely love. I love the freedom, because before, like, whenever I would go on vacation, I still had to pay that rent. I had to pay that New York rent plus the rent for wherever it is that I was on vacation at. And so now when I go on vacation, I put my RV in storage. It costs $100 to put it in storage, $100 per month to put it in storage. And so instead of having to pay $2,500 for rent when the RV is stored, I just put it in storage, and then I come back, I have my home. You know what I'll say? One of the best things that I like about living in an RV is I like traveling with my bedroom, and I like traveling with my bathroom. Those are the two things that I love the most. Now imagine if you could go to Las Vegas, or you could go to New York, or you could go wherever and still have your bedroom and your bathroom with you. Because me, I don't like putting my ass on every seat. And I definitely, and even in the most luxurious hotels, you know, they use bleach on their sheets. And you know, with my flawless looking skin, because you know I don't have on any foundation. So you all know that's what my vitamin E does for my skin. So I don't have on foundation. And so even in the most luxurious hotels, they have they bleach their sheets and stuff like that. So I love being able to have my bed with me. I love being able to have my kitchen with me so that I could eat the foods that I like to eat each day. And I could sleep in my own bed with my own smells, aromas, and my own energy. You know, that's the part that I love the most. And so Monique is saying, they say you have to pay taxes every year even after you finish paying. No, it depends on what it is that you do. If you get like a, you know, like a mobile home, like the ones that don't move, like this is my RV has wheels down on the bottom. My RV has wheels. So once it's paid off, it's paid off. And so Helen wants to go from Alaska to Argentina. Oh my God, that would be gorgeous. And you know you can do that, right? You know you can do that. Oh, no, you can't. You cannot. You're going to get tripped up over there by Panama. Because remember, I went from Mexico all the way down to Argentina. But when you get over to Panama, you know what? But it would be really expensive if you had to get your RV like on a barge, right? Because you can't cross over into Colombia by foot because the mountains are very dangerous, so they don't suggest that you do it. So you go out there in your RV and you might have some issues over there in the mountains of Colombia. Cause I did it. I went from Mexico down to Buenos Aires, but when I got over to Panama, I had to fly into Colombia. So, because you know they have the Panama Canal, but the canal is expensive. It's expensive to cross through the canal. Each person, it's really expensive. So, and then also, yeah, I don't know. You tell me how that goes for you. Tell me how that goes for you. I wouldn't do it. Once they told me how dangerous it was in those mountains of Colombia, I was like, because they're like, there's still a lot of drug lords. There are a lot of people who don't want to be seen or found. And so you coming up into those mountains, you might have some issues, baby. You might have some issues. And so Lizzie is saying, when I come to Florida, I could park my RV on her property. You are so sweet. You know what? When I come to Florida, like, because, you know, I'm going to do a tour across the United States. So when I come to Florida, I'll take you up on that offer. If you have a big enough property and I can dry dock, all I probably would need is a hose to get some more water. And then we'll go from there. Yes, Colombia is beautiful. Oh, let me tell you. One of the most gorgeous men I've ever seen in my life. When I say in my life, he was in Colombia. You want to talk about smooth brown skin? His skin was like the color of obsidian. I was like, you ever seen somebody so gorgeous that your heart just like goes boom, like it just jumps? My heart skipped beats. I was like, oh my God. I felt like I had been transported. He was so gorgeous. He was Colombiano. They have this, they have in El Costo, they have the black people in Colombia. So like when I was traveling through these places, every single place had like a place where black people gather. So like in Guatemala, there's Livingston. Panama is all black. Then when you were in Colombia, like the African descended people were like in El Costo. It was beautiful. Wow. And you know what's crazy? When I was in Honduras, I would see people that looked just like you and me. And I saw this man in a grocery store and I was like, you're Honduran? And he was like, ¿Qué mami? ¿Qué quieres decir, mami? No inglés, no inglés. And I was like, oh, eres hondureño? I don't remember how they call themselves in Honduras. And he was like, yes. But I had an escort at the time. And my escort came up to me and was like, is there something that you need help with? Is there something you need help with? And I was like, no, man, you're blocking right now. You're blocking. I was like, you're blocking. Oh, goodness. So yeah. So Brooklyn wants to know where are the other people. So this is what I'm saying. This is why we need more young people to come RVing, because most people who RV, they're older, and so they kind of stay inside of their RVs and stuff like that. So I wish more young people would come out. Like, there are some young people who have kids and stuff on the road, and it's always fun. It's always fun to hang out, you know, with the young people, because then you cook together, and I put my lights up and you turn on the music. Like, I have speakers that come to the outside and you put on the Bluetooth, and you just chill and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? And so we're the people that live. There's one person in an RV right there, and there's another person in another RV on the other side right there. But I have this whole huge plot. I don't know if you can see. I have the plot from there to there. I have this whole huge plot to myself. And so June is saying, you live in the life and you mobile dope. I love it. I love it. And Shireen says, I love the idea of tiny living. I'm just not about that life, but I love seeing it. Shireen, come on out and have fun, sis. I'm telling you. It's amazing. It's amazing. And you know what? Typically when I come out, I set up like my rug and my lights and stuff. But I'm just coming back in from New York, so I had like some jet lag. And then I had that celebrity event that I went to. Did you all see me with Beyonce's mother? When I saw Tina Knowles, I was like, oh my God, she felt like royalty to me. I was like, oh my God, that's Tina Knowles. I was like, I can't believe I'm seeing her in the flesh. And then so I was like, you know what, I got to get a picture with her, if anybody else. And you know who else? You know who else surprised me? Dwayne Wade. Because you see him in the pictures, Dwayne Wade is not cute. But when I saw him in person, did you all see that picture he took with me? Oh my God, you want to talk about, oh my God, the man is gorgeous. I had to avert my eyes, because I was standing right next to Gabrielle Union. Well, Gabrielle was on the other side. And when I saw how fine Dwayne Wade was, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I had to avert my eyes. I was like, just take a picture real quick. Oh goodness, Anonymous saying all those pictures had you shook. I know, it was crazy. Good times, good times. So I'm saying, if I could trade this life with anyone, I know Boris Kojo. You know what? But Boris, you know one thing I would say I love about like meeting like male stars, the best part about meeting male stars is that they look very much like they do on TV, because they're not really wearing makeup and all that other stuff, so they look very similar. And you know what, Gabrielle Union, people call her Gabby, which I was really surprised by. She's tiny. Like, you see her and she looks curvaceous, like on what was that show with where she was a newscaster and she was having all these issues and wanted to get pregnant and all that. Whatever that name of that show was, you see her, she's looking curvy and everything, but she's like really tiny and small and short. And I was like, God, she's so little. So you know what? Okay. Indigo, you're right. Boris Kojo, he looked a little tired. But he still looked good. When I saw him, I was like, oh, this man is fine. He's fine. Mary Jane, that's the name of it. Being Mary Jane, I believe it is. Yeah, Being Mary Jane. Yes, Being Mary Jane. She just in Being Mary Jane, she looks so curvy and so, but in real life she was just so tiny. I was like, oh my God. But she looks super pretty. Yeah, when I met Boris, he just looked very, he just looked very, he just looked tired. He just looked tired. And so Ashley's saying, I need some MF and Wi-Fi. You know what I'm thinking about doing? I'm actually thinking about getting satellite Wi-Fi. It's like $160 a month. After tonight's broadcast, I realized that I really need more powerful internet, because you all know I'm using my hotspot from my phone. But I think I'm going to get satellite Wi-Fi, because tonight, yeah. What was frustrating about the show, Jennifer? Was it the it was the bad signal, wasn't it? Because I'm further down in the canyon than I typically am. I'm further down in the canyon than I typically am, and I just didn't have a good signal here. I just didn't have a good signal, you know. So, you know, I thank all of you for coming out. And so Ashley is saying, using celebrities for clout. We still don't know you. Well, that's cool, because I don't know you either. You know what I'm saying? The people who know me know me. When I was at that celebrity event, there was people who was like, Tanya TKO. I was recognized by 2 people at the event. I was also recognized by a few people in New York. So it's like some of my videos have hit a few million views, and there's some people who recognize me, some who don't. Oh, goodness. So Helen, you're saying satellite isn't great? So let me ask you, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? You know what? Let me check my battery. Okay. I'm gonna turn on my light outside, cause we've lost the sun has gone down. So let me turn on my outside light. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. So I have an outdoor light, so there we have it. So I got my light on now. Let's see. All right, here we go. Okay. So when am I coming to Houston? You know what? I need to come back to Houston. I had an event out there a few years ago, and it was amazing. It was so sweaty out there, though. It was so sweaty. It was so sweaty. It was like, oh my God, you want to talk about humid, and then mosquitoes? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh, goodness. All right. So Skyroam and a Wi-Fi extender. Okay, Skyroam and get a cell booster. What is Skyroam? I've never heard. I think I've heard of it like on the airplane, but I didn't know that they had those for civilians. And so Ashley is saying, Texas don't want you here. But baby, you on my broadcast, so apparently there's something that you really like about me. Must be, since you're so attracted to me. So there must be something that you... It must be here. Let me just get rid of her. Let's get rid of her. And so she's gone. Since she's distracting you all, she's gone. Well, you know what, Belinda, if you notice when we were on the live stream, some of the stuff that was affecting the when someone would call in, because my computer was running off of the hotspot from my phone, and then also when we got somebody on the broadcast, you know. So those were 2 things that kind of messed things up. So Belinda is saying, I shocked her today. How did I shock you, sweetie? Yeah, some people need to go. So I see that there's people who's asking to be in the broadcast. I'll turn it on if you want to. I turned it on. You can send a request if you want to come inside the broadcast. Oh, I need to plug back up my phone. I have an outlet out here, a kitchen out here. I love RVing. This is my dream right here. This is my dream life. This is what I've always wanted. And it is gorgeous. Isn't the sky gorgeous? It's just so amazing. It's so amazing. Let me see. Let's see. So we're adding Anam into the broadcast. Let's see if she accepts. Cause you know, sisters, we put our bonnet on our head at night. Oh, Anam turned us down. Wow. Anam turned us down. So let's see if Monique wants to come in. People now. Let's see if my Wi-Fi can hold up. See, I knew it. Anam, you got the bonnet on your head. So funny. Let's see. So let's see if Monique is gonna come in. Anam is not dressed. Oh, Monique turned us down too. Wow. Nia, send the request. Send the request. Send the request, Nia. Goodness. Oh gosh, that is so funny. That is so funny. It looks like Constance wants to come in. I saw her face earlier. Let's see if Constance. So no, I don't have to pay property taxes. Keisha's allergic to bonnets. Constance is trying to come into the broadcast. I just want to see if my Wi-Fi will hold up. Oh gosh. And Anam is saying she just sitting there naked on the broadcast. No comment, no comments. You all are so funny. But yeah, I really just wanted you all to see the sunset. I actually just want someone to come into the broadcast so I can see whether or not my signal begins to act up. Because Nia, I don't see your request, Nia. Oh goodness. You know what? I've always wanted to go to Montreal. I've always wanted to go to Montreal. So listen, I appreciate all of you for coming out. Oh, Constance turned us down. Let's see who else we got. Shalean wants to be in. Let's see what Shalean has to say. Oh, so April is saying, I love your energy. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. And so Terrence is saying, I requested. I don't see your request here, Terrence. I see Shalean's. And Shauna is saying, I'm trying to take screenshots of you because you are glowing and the scenery is amazing, but they keep coming out blurry, but you look phenomenal. You're so sweet, but you can't really see me. You know what? I'll try to take a screenshot. I'll try to take one. Let's see. Let's see if I could press these two things at the same time. I don't think I could take it while I'm on live. Oh well. I tried. Let's see. Terrence, I didn't get your thing, your request to be inside the broadcast. Anyway, I appreciate all of you for coming out to the broadcast that we had before this one. There was a lot going on in that broadcast. And and I was really surprised by how these people claimed to be Christian and Jesus-y at the end, when there was so much energy that just didn't resonate. You know what I mean? It was just a lot of energy that just did not resonate. And so I was like, oh, wow. Because typically on my broadcast, we have a good time. Everybody is chill, laid back, loving. But it's funny how, like, when you get around the people who are supposedly religious, that's when the cruelty and all of that other stuff comes out. It's really bizarre. Nina, I'm adding you to the broadcast, so you have to accept the... Oh, you know what you have to do? You have to make sure that your phone is turned sideways. You have to make sure that your auto rotate is on and that your phone is sideways. So you have to do that. You want to know, listen, for people who are not in California, one of the best parts about Southern California is that there are no mosquitoes. So I can stand out here freely without being bit. I can stand out here freely without being bit. And so it's connecting us to Nina. Let's see what Nina has to say. Let's see if my broadcast will hold up now that I'm outside. So let's see. And I'd have to ask myself, would I invite another person in who I've done a video about? Would I invite them onto the platform to speak their piece or say their part? And I don't know if I would. I think one of the things that I would do is I would do the same, pre-screening, but if the energy is not right, I'm not going to do it, because it's like it doesn't benefit anyone. You know what I mean? Because it's like, they don't get much out of it. I don't get much out of it. And then, like, the energy just isn't there. You know what I mean? I told them before they watched the video that the video was not a complimentary video. And I told them if they were sensitive not to watch it. But they watched it anyway and then decided to feel offended. What can I do at that point? What can I do? So, Nina, baby, you have to turn your phone sideways and make sure that your phone is on auto rotate. And then you'll be able to, because it says it's connecting, but it's not really, it's taking forever to connect. And so now the sun is really, really going down. So, and then the rabbits are going to start coming out at night. But they probably won't come around me because I'm outside. You know what I mean? But yeah, so Nina, it's not connecting to you for some reason. It's not connecting. Oh, look, I do look like Queen of the Night. I look regal. Somebody take a screenshot of this for me. Please take a screenshot of this and then send it to me. Take a screenshot of this profile right here. I hope you got the screenshot. I hope you all got it. I hope you all got it. I hope you all got it. Do you have the screenshot? Mm-hmm. No, it's okay, because by the time you plug up your phone and get dressed and do all of that, by the time you do all of that, it's going to be pitch black out here. You know, is there somebody else on the broadcast who's causing a ruckus? Let's see. Where? So, what are you all talking about? I'm missing some stuff. Somebody had the bigger platform. Look, I don't know what we're talking about right now. So, look, here's Terrence. Terrence says he sent the request. So, we're going to end Nina and we're going to try Terrence and see. And so Trinette is saying all of us have been offended as horny.
Hey,
Yeah,
do me
hey,
a favor.
come on.
Turn the other way. You keep showing the side with the braids coming down. Turn the other way.
Your video is messed up. You have to get some headphones.
Your video is messed up. You have to get some headphones. I don't have to get headphones. I'm pretty sure you can.
Okay, so that person didn't. All right. All right. So People are still upset about the initial video. What can I say? I do not control other people's feelings. We have to be in control of our own feelings. You know what I mean? We have to be in control of our own feelings. Oh, goodness. Yeah, he did. So, yeah. So let's take care of Terrence. Weird energy. He's gone. He's gone. And so Takia is saying, show me the RV. I'm outside of the RV right now. I was inside of the RV earlier. So and I need some solar outdoor lights. You know, I have lights for outside, but I don't have them set up. I have the LED lights. So if you see, like, there's LED lights that are on the outside of the trailer to just simply brighten the area. And so here. So look, if there's anybody else who wants to be blocked, just come forward. If you want to be blocked, just come up and say block me, because you don't have to be here. If you want to get blocked, just come forward and say block. I just blocked someone else, so come forward. Just say you want to be blocked, and then we'll just do it that way. And so in terms of coyotes, there are coyotes out here. There are also rattlesnakes when it's really, really hot. So now that you mention it, I guess I do need to be careful. So who else? So Tasha, I don't know, Tasha Maya, I don't know if you're saying please block you. I don't know. Please, let's speak in complete sentences. Just come up and say, please block me. Yes, I was tired. I was tired of sitting there. And I was tired of sitting there under the light. And I was just tired of that. But now that I'm outside in the fresh air, I have energy again. Oh, the Cameo show was so amazing. How did you know that Cameo performed? Because I didn't talk about Cameo because I didn't really get any pictures of them. But I was actually hanging with Cameo the whole day. The Cameo show was so amazing. I've been having Cameo songs inside my head since the event. So I just word up. Oh, I just love it. It's just like it was such a flash from the past. And Larry Blackman had on his crazy what do you call that thing that boxers put on, the crotch blocking or whatever. It was a beautiful show. It was a beautiful event, a beautiful show. So yeah. So listen, I just wanted you all to see the beautiful scenery, but now we've gotten past that because now the sun is down almost all the way. There's just a few clouds that you see out there. And oh Lord, you're talking about rattlesnakes and coyotes. Lord of mercy. Oh goodness. All right. Yes. Okay. So listen, I don't know, can you guys see, do you see the stars up in the sky? You see that star right there? You see that? That's how beautiful and how clear the sky is. But you can see stars even on my camera. So let's see if we can find any other ones. So that's one right there. Just beautiful. No, Larry Blackman is still alive. I don't know how old he is. But he was still doing his thing. You know, I was happy to see Cameo. I really was. And so Shalene saying, I need to speak about this. I have twins. What is it that you need to speak about, Ma? But we're not even talking about, we're talking about the sunset in. But, oh, did you, Erica? Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Cameo was a lot of fun. And the crowd was like really dancing. There was some song where hey,
Hello.
turn it.
Do I turn it sideways?
Yeah, that way, that way.
Okay. I am so with you, Tanya. I am so with you.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Which part are you with, Ma? Because we,
I carried my twins until I was 7.5 months pregnant. I
oh,
got out of work. My daughter was having complications when I had
mm,
her at 34 weeks. So for him to, just like you said, for him to get on there and act like a fool, I watched their live, and they had people coming on to your live. That's sad though. You call yourself a church member, but you cursing in all of these videos and stuff. I support you
what?
100. Yes. Oh my gosh, this is such foolery right here. I was like cursing, like I saw other posts like, but y'all supposed to be church people. You get me? I don't understand that.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I had twins, and I had so much complications. And then I just got out the hospital with my daughter. She has more problems. Like after I gave birth to her and stuff. I had them at 34 weeks. So
34 weeks.
yes,
Wow.
I
34
had
weeks.
a
That's kind of creepy there.
my daughter just got out the hospital because she developed seizures.
Hmm.
We was in the hospital for 3 months. So if I could give good advice right now, this woman needs to be. It couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I'll be 40 in November. I don't
Mm.
want no man that look at me and say, "Go ahead and work. You go ahead and work and break your back." No, that's why I'm single now. That's why I say I know my worth. That's why I look at your videos, and it's so uplifting, to see a
Well,
black
you know what?
woman taking up.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we come back and have another broadcast tomorrow? Because I don't want your words to get lost on this broadcast. If we were just talking about the sunset. So let's come back and have a broadcast tomorrow when the sun is back up again, and then we can talk about it because there are apparently still people who want to talk about it. So, are you on my mailing list?
Yes, I'm following you. I'm like emailing,
Okay.
like on the email or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think I am.
Okay. Okay. So, oh, did you get any of my messages today? Because I sent out several messages today about the video. So, why
On
don't
my
we?
email,
So
but
make
I
sure.
see you. I see you
Okay.
anyway. You're like first, yeah.
Okay, okay, good. So if you go to my so anybody who's not on my mailing list, if you go to my website, tanyatko.com, you can get a free copy of my Relax MP3. So, I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. So I made a Relax MP3. If you're having trouble relaxing or you need to calm down or relax, I have a Relax MP3 on there for free. Go to my website and get the MP3. You'll be added to my mailing list for free. And then we'll go from there. So, and then we can do another broadcast tomorrow because honestly, I'm fatigued of talking about that today. I'm so tired, because that was a whole lot, fighting people. It's just
Yes,
too much.
yes. Yeah, it
And then
is. It is.
yeah. It's funny, like you say, like some of the people who are the cruelest are the people who are supposed to be people of quote unquote God. So I don't know about
Yeah, they were on there like the church, the people that go to church with these people. That's sad.
that. Well, you know what? Let's get into it tomorrow. Okay, Shalianne, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And so Celia is saying, you rude as hell. Why bring on the live if you were going to cut her off? Yeah, did you think that I was rude to you? It's like I can't worry about trying to please all of these people out here with their different interpretations of what rude is. I just am going to live by my own code and standard. You know what I mean? I live by my own code and standard because all of you will have me jumping through hoops trying to be a people pleaser. I'm not trying to please anyone out here but myself. There's a black moon? You know what? As a matter of fact, that's why it's so dark out here. There's no moon. There's no moon. There's no moon. There's no moon. So listen, I love you all very much. Listen, I'm going to get out of here. Make sure that you all get my book. My book has been selling really well on Amazon. Thank you. Oh, guess what? Oh my goodness. I did not tell you all this. Guess what? Guess what? When I go to Nigeria, I have a meeting with a television studio in Nigeria. So I'm going to be producing a show. I'm going to be producing a Tanya TKO show. And we have the set and everything at the sound stage. So we're going to be shooting the show. It's going to be pretty much like what it is that I do now, except in a show format. So I'm going to be sitting there on the couch. We're going to be talking about videos. I'm going to be answering people's questions that they write in. And so I'm going to be, and I have a producer working with me on it. So I'm going to be doing like a fundraiser. So I'm going to be selling some stuff so that we can be able to pay for the editing and the producing and the camera people and all of that. So I'm really excited, and it's going to have like a dope intro. And so yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited by that. So I'm very, very excited. You know what my dream would be? To go over to Nigeria and to get booked for a show and stay over there for like a year or two, just doing my show, maybe traveling to London and different places. That would be ideal right there. So I'm really excited. I'm excited about that. So thank you all for all of the love and just thank you. And so, you know what? I keep seeing this word clout. Right? And so everybody's throwing this word out. Oh, you want clout? You're a clout chaser. Yes, I want clout. I am a clout chaser. Fine. If that's what you want to say, if that's how you want to put it, then fine. Now that you know this, you are admitting that you are watching a clout chaser then. I can admit I like clout. I chase clout. That's fine. That's fine. But why are you here watching a clout chaser then? Let's ask yourself that question. You know what I mean? Listen, I like who I am. Do you like who you are watching who it is that you're criticizing? Like, I don't watch people I criticize. You know what I'm saying? Like those Real Housewives of all those shows. I don't watch those shows. I couldn't tell you what's on them. You know what I mean? I couldn't tell you what's on them. But what is clout? Can somebody define clout for me? Can someone please define clout? Define clout. Define clout. I want to know what the definition of clout is. Tell me what the definition of clout is, somebody. I want to know. I want to know what the definition of clout is. Thank you, Vicky. I'm going to be in Lagos, and I'm thinking of staying either in Like, Uweri, or on Lagos Island. Okay, so tell me, what does clout mean? What is tell me, what is the definition of clout? I want to know, so I know whether or not I'm a clout chaser. I want to know what this definition of clout is. I want to know. Nobody's giving me the definition. Everyone's quiet now. Popularity. So clout is popularity. So people are calling me a popularity chaser. Props, a prop chaser. A power chaser. These are all amazing words. Cool points. I love this. Yes, that's me. That's me. I like power. I want popularity. What else? What else? Tell me. Tell me. Influence, power, political and community circles. Yes, yes. Okay. I'm a clout chaser. I have clout and I'm chasing more clout. I have clout and I'm chasing more. Go ahead. Go ahead. Power, fame, money, influence, style. Can someone tell me the bad? Where's the bad part? Because I thought this was an insult. Where's the insult? This sounds like the truth. That's me. Yes, I'm a clout chaser. I'm a clout chaser. You know what? I wish I could do a song. I'm a clout chaser. Clout chaser. I'm a clout chaser. So foolish. I don't understand. Like, people throw around this, oh, you a gold digger. Oh, and then it's like they try to shame you. Who wouldn't like popularity? Who wouldn't like power and influence? That's where the money is. You know, as social media influence, when you can influence people, that's where the money is. So yes, 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 I'm a clout chaser. I'm a clout chaser. I have clout. I'm chasing more. And I'm chasing more money. More money. More money. More money. Clout is networking. Okay. I'm a networker too. I'm a networker. Clout equal you're thirsty as F and will do anything and anybody for some recognition. So that's what clout equals. So clout is recognition. Yes. So I chase recognition as well. Yes. Yes. I like recognition, power, influence. Yes. Yes. Give me my recognition. Yes. Yes. Give me my recognition. Yes. That's the money. The money right there. Give me my recognition. Yes. I have clout right now and I love my RV. This is the dream life for me right here. So we have somebody saying, well, I don't want popularity and don't want to be famous, but I do want money and power. Okay, there's people who have money and power who are not famous. I'm already famous, so okay. Clout is pull. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good. So there was a person who was saying you'll do anything and everything for this influence. And I think that that's when integrity comes into play. Because remember we did that video about Steve Harvey, where Steve Harvey was like, oh, I'll do anything for money. It doesn't matter. I'm going to move around to see if there's more light on the other side. Because I'm going to stand in front of the other light. Because it's getting dark on the other side. Okay. So remember, this is nice, isn't it? I'm like in the darkness. This is like I'm on a studio set. So remember we were talking about Steve Harvey, and Steve Harvey was talking about how he has no integrity. So yeah, so of course I want popularity, I want the influence, I want the money, I want the power, I want the fame, I want all of that. However, I have integrity. I have integrity. I don't just do anything or anybody, because if that was the case, you would have seen some different type of pictures when I was at that celebrity event, honeys. You would have seen some different pictures. You would have seen some different pictures. So, So it's like people try to shame other people. First of all, I am a social media influencer. I am a content creator. Of course, it makes sense for me to want to get more views, for me to want to have more influence, for me to want to have a larger audience. That is directly tied into my job and the amount of money that I make. The more people that know about me, the more people that buy my books, the more people that book me for speaking engagements. That's good. That's a good thing. I don't know what these people talking about. So no, I don't put off on my skin. Those types of things, you have to really read the ingredients to those things. So some of those things have DDT in them. And as you see from my skin looking so beautiful and perfect, that I can't just put anything on my skin. So they have this thing called Skin So Soft. They also have natural mosquito repellents. But out here in Southern California, there aren't mosquitoes. So that's good. That's good. So, oh my God, I've never seen a mosquito emoji before. I have never seen that. I've never seen that. And so Chana is saying, you have done a great job creating your brand. Kerry's saying she's so pretty though. Thank you. And look at that, look at the definition in that cheekbone. You know, this is people contour to get that dark line there underneath that cheekbone. And look at that, I got it. Just razor sharp. Don't put your hand close to my face, baby. Get yourself sliced up. Oh. So Queen the baby is saying you're, spell Y-O-R, you're trying to make fools of people for fame. Yes, I said it, and I stand by what I said. Oh, clout isn't good clout, my dear, but I wish you well, my dear. Aren't you supposed to be reaching down within to find that apology for that lady and her husband? I'm a mess, I tell ya. I'm a mess. Well, I gave my apology to the young lady about the mule statement. So, and Marcel is saying, so glad I found you, Tanya. We need more women and men putting out the content you give. Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you. And Tasha saying, you're really pretty, Tanya. Thank you. You're so sweet. I appreciate that, Tasha. What kind of highlighter do I use? You know what? I use this really expensive. Oh, my thing is dying. My battery, my thing is dying. My thing is dying. I gotta plug up again. Let me see where my closest plug is. I think that's why where's my, oh, you know what? Damn it. Where's my closest plug? My closest plug is back here still. Because it's going to cut off in any moment if I don't plug in. Because that's why. Because I got that. All right. Let's see. It's charging. All right. It's charging. So I use this really expensive highlighter from MAC on my cheeks. Up here, the gold part, I use that. All right. So, yeah, no, listen. This is good because I get a chance to block people who don't want to be here. So, Anam is supposed to be sleeping. You're so sweet. No, I gave the apology that I felt was appropriate. I apologize that if she felt hurt by it. You know, I apologize if she felt hurt, you know. Because, you know, feeling hurt is a choice, so. No, I don't have on foundation. I have on no foundation, but I did put highlighter. I mean, you see, I have a smoky eye and I have eyebrows. You know, I don't grow eyebrows. But I don't have on foundation because my skin is flawless. So, but I do have on highlight on top of my cheek, and I have on eyebrows and a smoky eye. So yeah, but other than that, I don't have on foundation. So, thank you. I love this warrior hairstyle too. I need to get the side shaved again so it could look more warrior-ish. And Clayton is saying, I have a real job, sweetie, and I'm a full tome student. Guess Emma die early. Okay, well, congratulations to your school. Congratulations to your school. And so people are not enjoying Clayton's contribution. And then we have somebody who's being silly. So look, come forward, come forward. Anybody that needs to be blocked, come forward. So where am I going next? I might be going back up to New York. I might be going back to New York. I might be going back to New York, but other than that, I kind of want to stay put until it's time for the Nigeria trip. So I want to, thank you, Ella. Okay, so Clayton is saying block me. So let me go ahead and block Clayton so we can get him out of here. Because you know how I feel about people who don't want to be here. Goodbye. I don't force nobody to be here. You know what I'm saying? So many of our relationships would be so much different if we just let go of people when they want to be let go of. When they want to be let go of, if we just let go of them, you know what I'm saying? We just release them. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people will just continue to hang on to you, and they just continue to hang on and on and on. They don't want to say goodbye, but they don't want to be there. You know, when they start indicating that, it's time you just let them go. You change the locks, kick them out, block them, whatever it is that you need to do. LaShandra needs someone to talk to her. Oh, goodness. So yes. And I don't know if there's people, and I think there's somebody out there who's calling me a liar. What am I lying about? And I've admitted to everything that you've called me. I've admitted. Look, you call me a clout chaser, I say yes. You say I'm a gold digger, I say yes. What more? Oh gosh. You know what I'm saying? What more can I do? What more? Delvin is saying, come to the South. You all got me laughing. Anyway, how much longer we staying on here? Anam wants to go to sleep. Oh, goodness. LaShandra, did you send a request to be in the video? Oh gosh, I shook the dusty tree, Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. I am mad, bad, and wicked in a bed. Wicked, mad, and bad in a bed. Well, Lord of mercy, tell a lady that I'm wicked in bed. Wicked, mad, and bad in a bed. Blackest Stan, big mad. How long was my longest relationship? 7 years. 7 years. That was the lucky number right there. Oh gosh. Brooklyn's fascinated with my clothes. You all are too much. Too much. I told you all I could have gotten married twice, but you know how I don't know how many. So somebody was saying this the other day. They were saying that if a proposal is a total surprise, then there's a problem in your relationship. So when it got to the point that we started talking about that next stage, and I knew what was coming, I knew that it was time to kind of transition out of that relationship, because, you know, it's like sometimes you can love a person, like really, really love a person. However, when you project yourself into the future to see the type of life that you all will have, if you know that you don't want that type of life, you know, then you need to do something different. And I knew that that wasn't where I needed to be. I had a vision for my life. And in my life, many of the things that I see now, I see in my life. And when I ran it across my spirit, I knew that that wasn't the way I was supposed to be. And I think so many of us don't listen to our intuition. Like, I would have had 3 or 4 children with him by now. I would have never become Tanya TKO. I would have been miserable. I would have been miserable. I would have been miserable. You know, Brooklyn doesn't like me. I thought Brooklyn loved me. Brooklyn, what's the matter? Why don't be so mean? Why you gotta be so mean? Why you gotta be so mean? Oh gosh. So yeah, no, if I would have gotten married married the very first time, if I would have gotten married the very first time that I could have gotten married, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. And if I would have gotten married the second time that I could have gotten married, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. Because you remember, my mother died when I was 19. So, no, you know what the thing about it is? And someone's saying it took 7 years to figure that out. I think, you know what? Because, like, okay, so I was telling this guy, I had an Uber driver the day before yesterday, and the Uber driver was talking to me about some stuff. We were talking about relationships. I'm always, people come to me and they just start opening themselves up to me. That's why I decided to go ahead and become a life coach, to get certified as a life coach, right? So we were talking about relationships, and he was like, well, talking about how when somebody cares for you a lot more than you care for them, then you have the quote-unquote upper hand. And I was telling him, it's a painful feeling. It's painful when a person cares about you in a way that you cannot care about them, and it's like you can try and try and try as best you can, but if you just can't, it's painful. It's painful. And I tried to make myself feel, it's like on paper, everything was perfect in this relationship. On paper, everything was perfect. But if you can't make yourself feel a certain thing, you can't make yourself feel it. You can't make yourself feel it. You can't make yourself feel it. And I couldn't make myself want that life at that time. I couldn't make myself want that life. I couldn't make myself want to be his wife. I couldn't make myself want to be that. So LaShundra is saying when she look up, she making stuff up. I feel like there's a spider web around here somewhere. You know how you feel like the tiny little feeling of like, how you feel the tiny little feeling of like the strings. So anyway, my mother died when I was 19, and I decided, and so when my mother died, I really hadn't had the ability to glean all of the wisdom that I could have gleaned from my mother, because she died when I was so young. And so I decided that there was a woman that I wanted to be. And the woman that I wanted to be, I had not yet become at that point. And when I projected myself into the future and thought about the life that I wanted and how I wanted to be as a woman, so let's see. When I projected myself into the future and decided who it is that I wanted to be, I knew that I needed to go in a different direction. And so I did. And it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to invest almost a decade with someone. It takes a lot of courage to invest all of that and know that this person loves you and will take care of you, and you could have the type of life that you would want on paper but feel a different calling on the inside. It takes a lot of courage to take a different route and go a different direction. So Trinette is saying 60 days tops. Oh God, something. Wow, what do you all feel about that? If you feel that it takes 60 days tops, if you feel that's true, put up a 1. If you feel it's false, put up a 2. 60 days tops, or just get rid of the person. If you don't feel that you can marry that person after knowing them because in the beginning it's all lust. It's all lust and infatuation. You know what I'm saying? It's all lust and infatuation in that first 60 days. So I don't know about that now. I don't know. I don't know about that. Because in those first, hold on, I gotta plug this back up. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Now it's on fast charge. I didn't have the thing plugged in all the way. So I don't see all comments, Diamond. So I only see the ones when... Let's see. What did Diamond ask me? I only see some comments. I don't see all of them. And so Mimi is saying, radio, she see your post. She don't want no smoke. I'm from the Bronx. You know, it's like people mistake who it is that I am. I'm not afraid of smoke. I'm from the Bronx. The Bronx is smoky already. The Bronx is smoky already, so... And so, someone is saying most of these trolls need your self-love book. And so listen, so LaShandra, if you want to talk about that whole situation from earlier, I already told the young lady who came on the broadcast, we can talk about that tomorrow. Join my mailing list at TanyaTKO.com so that you can get the notification. You know what I mean? So do that. Do that. Join my mailing list so that you can get the notification. Because, you know, it's like, read everyone's comments. I don't have the capacity to read everyone's comments. You all, listen, if I left it up to you all, I'd be on here all night. And so... what we'll do is we'll open back up the broadcast. We'll open back up the broadcast tomorrow, and then we'll do another show. We'll open up the broadcast and do another show. So right? So there was one person that said I skipped their comments. What was your comment? You have to repost it. It's dark out here. I'm not typically out here without the lights when it's dark like that. And Uncle is saying, you read what you want to. No, I'm not always looking at the screen, because if I was looking at the screen, I wouldn't be able to do a broadcast. Brooklyn's talking about look back. No. Oh, gosh. And so, yeah, I'm about to go in and get ready for bed. Yeah, no, I feel you. I'm about to get out of here, too, and, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. So I'm about to get out of here as well. Anyway, I appreciate everybody coming out. And Trinette is saying, go in and lock up, girl. I will. All right, so good night, everybody. Thank you all for coming out. Thanks for all of your commentary and feedback. Thank you for all of the love. Even the people who don't know that they love me, I am your president too. Didn't Obama say that on opening night? I am your president too, so don't worry. I know you love me. I know you love me. I will see you all tomorrow. Peace, everybody.